pneumonia it is almost a preventable disease. How it is a preventable disease? So pneumonia pathology, pneumonia how pneumonia goes, how pneumonia develops. The pneumonia one is called community acquired pneumonia, hospital acquired pneumonia. CAP and HAP. Community acquired pneumonia, hospital acquired pneumonia. You can divide into two. The CAP, the pneumonia, the infection, children are acquiring from the community. அப்ப நம்ம என்ன ஹிஸ்டரி கேட்கணும் அப்படின்னா, எப்பா நீ கடந்த ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஏதாவது திருவிழாக்கு போனியா, மேரேஜ்க்கு போனியா, ஏதாவது பில்கிரிமேஜ் போனியா, எங்க கூட்டம் சேர்ற இடத்துக்கு போனியா? These are all the questions we should ask to recognize whether we are dealing with community acquired pneumonia. Hospital acquired pneumonia அப்படின்னா, the child admitted for something in the hospital. After 72 hours, child is developing a pneumonia. That means the infection is from the hospital. Why you want to differentiate community acquired pneumonia, hospital acquired pneumonia? The organisms are different. In community acquired pneumonia, you should remember 5 organisms. 5. Number 1, Streptococcus pneumoniae, most common. Number 2, Staph aureus. Number 3, H. influenza type B. Number 4, Bordetella pertussis. Number 5, Chlamydia. Number 6, Mycoplasma. So these 6 organisms you should remember up to 5 years. Streptopneumonia, Staph aureus, H. influenza type B, Bordetella pertussis, Chlamydia, Mycoplasma. Out of these 6, the Strep pneumonia, Staph aureus, H. influenza is very common within 2 years. The first 2 years, they are very common. This Bordetella pertussis can occur from any month to 5 years. And this Chlamydia and Mycoplasma is very significant in the 4th and 5th year. That means more the child age, more the Chlamydia and Mycoplasma. That's why we always term this Chlamydia and Mycoplasma as atypical pneumonia. Examiners will ask you, what is atypical pneumonia? Because of this unusual, uncommon organisms that can produce pneumonia. There are a lot of organisms, but still these 6 you should remember. You should ask me one question. Is there any chance viral pneumonia can come? Yes. Now we are seeing COVID pneumonia. Yeah. So viral pneumonia also. The father, you should remember again 5 organisms. What are the 5? Respiratory syncytial virus, number 1, most common cause. Influenza, number 2. Parainfluenza virus, number 3. Adenovirus, number 4. And recently, you have read in microbiology a new virus called metapneumovirus. Metapneumovirus. These are the 5 viruses that can cause pneumonia in children, viral pneumonia. So this is about the microbiology, the organisms which can produce. Why some children are succumb to pneumonia? That is the next question. What history you want to ask in the case of pneumonia? Usually the mother will come and tell you, my child has got cough and cold for the past 5 days, fever for the past 5 days, and breathlessness from today. This will be the normal history you see in pneumonia. This 5 days, that means the breathlessness starts around the 5th day or 6th day only. Then we'll go to the pathology. There are 4 stages you would have read in Robbins pathology. Stage of congestion, stage of red hepatization, stage of gray hepatization, and stage of resolution. Each stages will have 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. Stage of congestion for 2 days, stage of red hepatization for 2 days, stage of gray hepatization for 2 days, stage of resolution for 2 days. The whole pathology is 7 to 8 days. See, in stage of congestion, that is the lung is congested. There may not be much history from the patient, but he may say dry cough, there may be pain, pleuritic pain may be there. Only this history will be available, chest pain and pleuritic pain. After 2 days, stage of red hepatization. When I say stage of red hepatization, the lung looks like a liver. That's why it's called red hepatization. The lung looks like a liver, so congested, so angry, so reddish. Now, this is the stage, the fever increases, the cough increases. Because the lung is angry, no? So, fever is increasing.
Fever for evaluation, sir. Why the manto negative?
Tell the PGs that I am making rounds at 1:30. All PGs should stay. 1:30. All PGs should stay. Tell them. Okay. So the liver is so angry, it is so red. That's why it's called red hepatization. The child also is toxic, increasing temperature, increasing in cough. Child is struggling. Stage of grey hepatization. Here now the red lung has become a grey lung. That means the anger has come down. That means the child so far is having a dry cough with chest pain, suddenly becomes a productive cough. Productive cough. So pathology is beautifully correlating with clinical symptomatology. So that means a pneumonia starts with dry cough, progresses to productive. What is productive cough? Dry cough without anything. What is productive cough? You can see the movement of the plum, movement of the sputum. Productive cough. So when the grey hepatization goes, the productive cough increases. And the stage of resolution, that is the 6th day, 7th day, you keep your stethoscope, you'll be hearing lot of crepitations, lot of rhonchi. This crepitation and rhonchi may not be heard in the first 3 days. It will be here after the 4th day, 5th day, 6th day only. That's why pneumonia, if you clinically diagnose, it takes time. That's why a lot of program from the government came. They said CSSM program, pneumonia program. அந்த காலத்துல pneumonia எப்படி கத்து கொடுத்தா தெரியுமா? எந்தெந்த பாப்பாக்கெல்லாம் 60க்கு மேல ரேட் இருந்துச்சுன்னா பிராண்டி டெஸ்ட் pneumonia. அது ஆஸ்மாவா இருக்கலாம், லாரிங்கோமலேசியாவா இருக்கலாம், கார்டியாக் ப்ராப்ளமா இருக்கலாம், மெட்டபாலிக் அசிஸா இருக்கலாம். பட் அதெல்லாம் பத்தி கவலை இல்ல. You find out pneumonia, don't miss pneumonia. That is our aim. So national program என்ன சொல்றான்? Any child is having more than 60 respiratory rate, term it as pneumonia. Cough இருக்கா, cold இருக்கா, fever இருக்கா, பாகாதரா, pneumonia. So this pathology correlates with the clinical symptoms and signs. அப்போ ஒரு பாப்பாக்கு 6வது நாள் 5வது நாளுக்கு மேல தான் நமக்கு ஒரு ஃபைண்டிங் கிடைக்கும். ஒரு பிராங்கியல் பிரீதிங்கோ, ஒரு கிரெபிடேஷனோ, ஒரு ராங்கியோ கிடைக்கும். First 4 days என்ன இருக்கும்? டாக்ஸிசிட்டி இருக்கும், ஃபீவர் இருக்கும். அதை வச்சு டயக்னோஸ் பண்ணணும். This is about the pathology of pneumonia. So now you have seen what is the microbiology, what are the organisms, what is the pathology is happening. அப்ப வேற என்ன ஹிஸ்டரி கேட்பேன்? Mother will come and tell you, my child has got cough for the past 3-4 days. It is increasing in nature. Initially it's a dry cough. Now it is becoming a productive cough with your history of fever, which is not touching the baseline. When the fever touches the baseline, it is intermittent fever, viral. And the fever doesn't touch the baseline, it is remittent fever, bacterial. ஒரு பாப்பா வந்து இருமல் சளியோட வந்த பீடியாட்ரிக்ஸ்ல 2 காமனா பார்க்கணும். ஒன்னு வந்து நிமோனியா, பிராங்கோ நிமோனியா, இன்னொன்னு பிராங்கியோலைட்டிஸ். Just see me now. Bronchiolitis பாப்பா எப்படி இருக்கும்? Broncho pneumonia பாப்பா எப்படி இருக்கும்? You have to see from the face. You should diagnose from the face. Bronchiolitis viral, எல்லாமே rapid. சார் காலம்புற ஜுரம் சார், லேசான ஜுரம் சார், இருமல் சார், நைட் மூச்சு வாங்குது. இதான் bronchiolitis viral. Very fast. Bacteria is slow and steady. அப்ப அந்த பாப்பா எப்படி இருக்கும்? if you see these babies, how they look like, அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பிராக்கா நிமோனியா பாப்பாவோட ஃபேஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அப்படியே சிக்கா இருக்கும், சிக்கனிங் லுக்கா இருக்கும், கண்ணு அப்படியே இறங்கி இருக்கும், ட்ரௌசியா இருக்கும். ஏன்னா டாக்ஸிசிட்டி. Bronchiolitis என்ன ப்ராப்ளம்? Since the bronchioles are inflamed, airways are narrowed. That's why child has got a respiratory distress in the first day or second day itself. அப்ப அந்த பாப்பா என்ன பண்ணும்? ட்ரௌசியா சிக்கா இருக்காது. He will be searching for oxygen. அந்த ஃபேஸை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பாப்பா இஸ் வெரி ஆன்ஷியஸ். இங்க அங்கே அப்படி மூஞ்சி பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். இங்க ரேட் அதிகமா இருக்கும், முகம் அப்படி இருக்கும். ஒரு ரேட் அதிகமா வந்து முகம் இஸ் சர்ச்சிங்னா யூ ஷுட் திங்க் ஆஃப் bronchiolitis. ரேட் அதிகமா வந்து ஒரு பாப்பா அப்படியே சோர்வா இருந்துச்சுன்னா திங்க் ஆஃப் pneumonia. Simple clinical diagnosis. I never use stethoscope to diagnose a pneumonia. I never use an X-ray test to diagnose pneumonia. I just see the child. See, this is pneumonia. This is bronchiolitis. You have to differentiate. Viral, fast and rapid. Bacterial, slow and steady. This is the take-home message. Bacteria are always slow and steady. Viral, come fast. Meningitis, 3 days fever, headache, vomiting, 5th day neck stiffness, 7th day child is unconscious. It takes 7 days to develop. Encephalitis, காலம்பர ஜுரம், மத்தியானம் unconsciousness, சாயங்காலம் fits, fast. So virus is rapid progression. Bacteria is slow and steady. The பயங்கர slow and steady ஒருத்தர் இருக்காரு, யாரு? Tuberculosis. Bacteria அன்று கொல்லும், tuberculosis நின்று கொல்லும். It takes time for the tuberculosis to cause any problem. So the mother will come and say, my child has got cough and fever, cough and cold for the past 3-4 days. That is a fever which is responding to the drug but not touching the baseline. Now today child has got an increased respiratory rate. She has come to you. Now what are the history you will ask? First, ma, எத்தனை நாளா இருக்கு? How many days you are having this problem? So 5 days. Okay. Before that என்ன நடந்துச்சு? Nothing sir, baby was all right sir. Then you should ask some bad child rearing practices. Bad CRP. It's not C-reactive protein. It's a child rearing practices. Bad child rearing practices. Head bath கொடுத்தியா? கொடுக்கல சார். தலையில வந்து எக் போட்டு தேய்ச்சி ஷாம்பு மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணியா? பண்ணல சார். குழந்தை பிறந்த உடனே generally our people what they do, they put சாம்பிராணி and show to the head. இப்போ உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் கூட நீங்க லீவ்ல வீட்டுக்கு போனீங்கன்னா most of the girls, especially those who have a lot of hair, when you take head bath, your mother used to say sambrani to dry the hair. This putting sambrani to the baby is a decade long customs. Many people will do that, and this smoke will go into that and causes spasm of the bronchi. Will cause spasm of the bronchi. So you should ask, history of sambrani இருக்கா? இல்ல சார். சரி, குழந்தை குளிச்ச உடனே after the bath, many mother what they do, just observe me. Many grandmother they put the finger into the mouth and blow over the nose. They blow over the nose and put the finger. Once everything comes here, they take it out in the finger. This is called nose blowing. This they do for young babies, newborn babies, 1 year, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Nose blowing. Today you ask your mothers whether it was done for you when you were a child. Please ask. Ask your mother what sort of head bath they are given, whether egg was used for head bath, whether oil was used in plenty for head bath, whether there is any history of putting sambrani, whether there is any history of nose blowing. Please ask all these things. These are all called bad child rearing practices. And one more bad child rearing practices you should ask, whether child was fed with the bottle feeding. Breastfeeding is the one which protects the child from pneumonia. You ask whether child was fed with the bottle feeding. So bottle feeding, head bath, egg bath, sambrani, nose blowing, these are all called bad child rearing practices. You ask this history, whether there was any history of bad CRP. Then you ask one more history, I told you, whether you have gone anywhere, whether you are gone to any community, whether there was a lot of rush is there, whether the child would have acquired pneumonia, because children's immunostatus is very below, very low compared to the adults. So whenever in the crowded places, the child used to get infections from the crowd. So you ask this history, whether the child has acquired infections from the community. That's why I said it's called community acquired pneumonia. So these are all the histories you should ask. Most important history, don't forget, vaccination history. Whether the child had any history of measles, whether the child had any history of whooping cough disease. The pertussis and measles are more prone to go for pneumonia. So ask this history, whether the child is immunized. In those days, when Pentavac vaccines was not introduced, Pentavac means DPT with Hib with hepatitis B. When Pentavac vaccine was not introduced, most of the pneumonias are due to H. influenza type B, Haemophilus influenza type B. 85% is H. influenza, 15% is Streptococcus pneumoniae. Now, after the Pentavac vaccination, it has become 85% Streptopneumoniae, 15% H. influenza type B. Today, the Friday is the day inauguration of pneumococcal conjugate vaccine is happening in Tamil Nadu today. That means the vaccine has come for Streptococcus pneumoniae also. Who is left behind? Staph aureus. The pneumonia between the Staph aureus and Streptopneumonia is slightly different. Staph aureus always tend to create cyst in the lung. It is called pneumatocyst. It's called pneumatocyst. Cyst in the lung. I will tonight in our group, I will put you 3, 4, 5 beautiful X-rays. What is Strep pneumonia and Staph pneumonia? Madam, good morning, madam. Class with you, madam. Sorry, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, madam. Right. Staph pneumonia, staph cyst in the lung. That's called staph pneumonia. That I will show you what is pneumatocyst. When the cyst ruptures, you get pneumothorax. Staphylococcus pneumoniae, you can see some of the skin lesions, impetigo may be there. You can see some of the skin lesions in the lower limb, upper limb. That means you should suspect staph pneumonia. Staphylococcus is the one which can cause skin infections compared to the streptopneumonia. So, today we are giving pneumococcal conjugate vaccine to prevent pneumonia. Okay, so these are all the histories you should ask from the mother. Immunization history, vaccine preventable disease history, history of bad child rearing practices. Allow the mother to talk what type of cough, what type of fever, what type of cough. Dry cough, moist cough, brassy cough, spasmodic cough. So many coughs are there. Asthma will have a spasmodic cough. Whooping cough will have a cough followed by vomiting. Productive cough, what you see with a lot of plum which is going up and you can see here the sounds. Gala gala luko. Dry cough, very dry cough, like this. Nothing comes out, only dry cough. So you have to ask what type of cough. Then you should ask whether it is more in the morning or in the night. Asthmatic cough, bronchial asthma, the cough is more in the night. Bronchiectasis, the cough is more in the early morning. Other pneumonias, cough will be throughout uniform. So you should ask when the cough is more. Ask about the history of fever. Then you are going to see about the breathlessness. Mother will say, sir, rendu nala moochu vaangudhu. So you should see the breathlessness. See now how I am demonstrating the breathlessness. The breathlessness means There is a subcostal retraction. There is an intercostal retraction. There may be suprasternal recession. There may be LRNAC working. This depends upon the severity. By seeing the respiration, a good clinician can identify whether you are dealing with the respiratory system, whether you are dealing with the cardiovascular system, whether you are dealing with metabolic system, whether you are dealing with CNS system. I will demonstrate now. Lung is here, respiratory system. When the parenchyma is involved, what will happen? Whole muscle will work, subcostal, intercostal muscles. The respiration will be like this. Then you can think parenchyma is involved. It's a respiratory system. Suppose cardiovascular system is involved. Cardiovascular system. The word, beautiful word, the adjective they say is called effortless tachypnea. The tachypnea is without any effort. Where you don't see this kind of picture. You see very mild, fast, something like that, fast respiration, that's all. You won't see muscles working like this. It will be a tachypnea, very fast, something like that, very fast it goes, effortless tachypnea. Whenever you see a tachypnea without muscle involvement, think of two things. Am I dealing with cardiac problem? Am I dealing with metabolic acidosis? Acidosis, again, it is a general problem. So lung is not involved. So you don't see the intercostal, subcostal muscle working. An effortless tachypnea is more towards metabolic problem or cardiac problem, and tachypnea with the muscles working more towards lung. Now see the respiration now. You just tell me what is the type of respiration I'm having now. It's regular or irregular? Yeah. Irregular. It is irregular. When you see this type of irregular respiration, I think the brain is not having a control. You see this kind of respiration in encephalitis, meningitis, CNS problem. A clinician, just by folding your hands and looking at the child for 5 minutes, you can make a clinical diagnosis whether this respiration is due to cardiac, or the respiration is due to lung, or this respiration is due to CNS, or this respiration is due to metabolic problem. Right? So here is a history of cold, fever, respiratory distress, muscles involved, supracostal, subcostal. Now you are making a diagnosis, pneumonia. What IMNCA says? He says severe pneumonia, pneumonia, no pneumonia, classification. The child has got a stridor. The child has got a fast breathing. The child is having an intercostal, subcostal muscle is working. The child has got a lethargy. The child has got a vomiting. The child has got refusal of feeds. Severe pneumonia. Here the child is beautiful, playful, but only fast breathing is there. Just pneumonia. What is the difference between pneumonia, severe pneumonia? Pneumonia, I give oral tablets. Severe pneumonia, I give parenteral injections and admit the child. That means a child with fast, rapid respiration or tachypnea, I told you yesterday, above 60, 1 month, 1 month to 1 year, above 50, 1 to 5 years, above 40, 5 to 12 years, above 30. I told? Yes or no? I told?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Above 60, up to 1 month. 1 month to 12 months, above 50. 1 year to 5 years, above 40. 5 to 12 years, above 30. This is called tachypnea. The tachypnea is alone there. Child is eating, smiling, going well. Pneumonia. The tachypnea is there. Refusal of feeds, lethargy, vomiting, hypoxia, convulsion, saturation is decreasing. Severe pneumonia. This is IMNCA classification. Right? So, what will you do? You do the blood investigations, where you can see the total count will be higher, polymark will be higher if it is bacterial, lymphocyte will be higher if it is viral. Then you do a CRP, C-reactive protein, it may be higher, more than 6 milligram per deciliter. Now you have made a diagnosis of clinical diagnosis of pneumonia. Now you are going to take an X-ray chest. The The X-ray chest will show whether there is infiltration. That I will put you in the evening tonight after finishing my clinic. Maybe around 10 p.m. I will send you the X-rays. All of you please watch. I'll give you a lot of directions how to see the X-ray. What are the problems in the X-ray? I will show you. I will round it and show you also. Right? So X-ray is going to be the ultimate diagnosis. So you have done a blood investigation, you have done a CRP, you have taken an X-ray. X-ray chest is showing pneumonia. Now you have to treat the pneumonia based on the organisms. So what is the exam result? What is the common drug you use? Generally we say ceftriaxone. That is the one drug which acts on both gram positive and gram negative also. Ceftriaxone sodium is the drug of choice, 75 to 100 mg per kg per day. That can be given as a single dose or BD dose. Ceftriaxone can be used. Now this child got admitted in a ward. The age of the child is 3 years. He has got a pneumonia. So what the mother said, the child did not take feed. So I given IV fluids for the child. And I got the child's saturation, I looked. What is the saturation? Any pneumonia saturation, it should be more than 94. When is the need for oxygen? When the saturation goes below 94. The need for oxygen is below 94. A child has got a respiratory rate is increasing, but saturation is 98. Just observe. Don't do it. Don't give oxygen. You know now, no? Because of oxygen, industrial oxygen, mucormycosis is coming. You would have read in the paper. So oxygen is a toxic drug. Don't use it left and right for children. So, உங்க பாப்பாக்கு ஆக்சிஜன் கொடுத்தா நீ எவ்வளவு டென்ஷன் ஆகும்? ஐயோ என் பாப்பாக்கு ஆக்சிஜனா டென்ஷன் ஆகலையா? ஆவே ஆக மாட்டியா? எஸ், அதான் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். So don't give oxygen unnecessarily. The distress is more, the rate is more than 70, and the saturation goes below 94. Oxygen. Start from 2 liters to 3 liters or 4 liters. Children doesn't need more than 5 liters. Generally, they will be very well do with very minimal oxygen. They do really well. Why oxygen? See, this is the two lung. This area has become solidified. This area has become solidified. These alveoli are not acting. That means this lung is not fully ventilating. That's why the requirement of oxygen. Suppose these alveoli are good, there is no need to oxygen. Solidified. For example, this is 100 square feet area, 25 square feet area is solidified, only 75%. That means the child will have respiration of only 75%. You have to support the respiration with oxygen. Oxygen means I am supporting that. Suppose the whole lung is solidified, you put the child in ventilator because lung is not functioning. Ventilator will function like lung. So it depends upon the damage. Your X-ray will show you where is the difference of damage. Your X-ray will show. Sometimes this pneumonia, when they have patch, they can secrete some fluid also. You may get mild pleural effusion also. That is called sympneumonic effusion. Pneumonia with sympneumonic effusion. Everything I will show you by X-ray tonight. Don't worry. I want the UGs to completely know about pneumonia. This is a very common case we keep in that's a short case. Okay, so oxygen, if the child is not feeding IV fluids, antibiotic of ceftriaxone sodium. The child is in my ward for 48 hours. I am asking my PG, is there any improvement? What are the improvements I will ask? Whether the fever has come down, whether the cough has come down, whether the respiratory rate has come down. As per the IMSA guideline, a decrease of respiratory rate of 5 every day, 75 irunduchu, 65, very good. Naaliki 60, very good. Naaliki 55, very good. A decrease of 5 respiratory rate. எப்பவே பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த லங் வேகமா வேலை செய்யும் போது the heart and lungs, I always say them as twins. They go together. I used to say they are twins. When the heart is in problem, lung will help. When the lung is in problem, heart will help. So when the heart is increasing, when the lung is increasing the rate, this heart also will increase to support the lung. That's why you get tachycardia also. That is tachypnea. You cannot see tachypnea with the normal heart sounds. He is such a good friend, he will also increase. So that's why the recovery, what do you mean by recovery? A decrease of 5 in respiratory rate, a decrease of 15 in heart rate is a good recovery every day. This is a minimum recovery. It may be decrease of 10 also, decrease of 20 also, no problem. A minimal improvement in the form of decrease in heart rate of 15, decrease in respiratory rate of 5, good recovery. So I am going to the rounds now. This is a 4-year-old child with pneumonia. I asked my PG, what happens to the child? So fever is not coming down, sir. How? Respiratory rate is same, sir. Okay. Heart rate also is same, sir. Okay. What do you want? Sir, I have taken a repeat X-ray test, sir. Good. What for? Sir, day before yesterday the patch was here, sir. Now I want to see whether the patch is progressing. See, that means what is the complication of this pneumonia? They may go for pleural effusion. If it's staphylococcus, they may go for empyema thoracis. Suppose staphylococcal pneumonia with cyst, they may go for pneumothorax. The 3 complications of pneumonia based on the organisms. If it is going to be staphylococcus, you may get pneumothorax. If it is going to be staphylococcus, you may get lung abscess, empyema thoracis. So pneumothorax, lung abscess, empyema, pleural effusion. Expected complication. அப்ப இந்த அந்த பாப்பா எப்படி ஆகும் சார்? 3 நாளோட இப்போ கொஞ்சம் ரேட் அதிகமாகுது சார், டிஸ்ட்ரெஸ் அதிகமாகுது சார், ஃபீவர் அதிகமாகுது சார். அப்ப என்ன பண்ண? I will take an X-ray test. My antibiotic is not correct. So I will take an X-ray test. X-ray test shows the same finding, that white patch is not dissipating, but no new further patches. Then I have to think my antibiotic is not working. That means am I dealing with any other special organisms? So what I do? I do macrolide antibiotics, azithromycin. This azithromycin will take care of chlamydia and mycoplasma, atypical pneumonias. Atypical. What is atypical? Normally pneumonia occurs more on the right side, more common in the right upper lobe. Sometimes it may be in the middle lobe. This is typical pneumonia. In atypical, left lower lobe may be involved, right lower lobe may be involved, uncommon sites will be seen. That's called atypical pneumonia. So chlamydia and mycoplasma will respond to macrolide antibiotic like azithromycin. So the treatment goes like that. If there is a necessity, I give oxygen. If there is a necessity, I give IV fluids. And choose the antibiotic, a broad spectrum in the form of ceftriaxone, 75 to 100 mg per kg per day. Suppose I suspect staphylococcus. The child has got a skin infection. Scar is there, impetigo is there. In that situation, I will add cloxacillin. I'm thinking staphylococcus, no. So I will add ceftriaxone with the clox or ampicillin with the clox, any combination. Suppose one person comes and says, sir, I have done the culture. This is not a normal Staphylococcus aureus, sir. It is a methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA. Then I think cloxacillin will not work. I have to go for vancomycin. I have to go for linezolid. Other drugs that can act against Staphylococcus, vanco and linezolid. That is the way the treatment goes. What type of organisms you are dealing? Whether it's strepto. Streptopneumonia will respond to ampicillin, ceftriaxone. Staph will respond to cloxacillin. MRSA staph will respond to vancomycin. Chlamydia and mycoplasma will respond to azithromycin. This is the basic management. So oxygen, fluids, antibiotic, observe for either the increase progression is more or regression is more. If the progression is more, suspect pneumothorax, pleural effusion, empyema. If there is a regression, see the disappearance of the solidified shadow in the lung by means of X-ray chest. So this is about pneumonia. How do you prevent then? Now you saw the clinical features. Of course, நீ சொல்ற கதையெல்லாம் சொல்ற. Chest is symmetrical, movement is there, respiration is there, அது இதெல்லாம் வழக்கமான presentation. All கதைஸ் you can tell. Asymmetry, symmetry. Sometimes in young babies, you can see a asymmetry in chest. See, young babies, they tend to swallow the sputum, and the sputum may go and block the bronchi. They may go for segmental collapse. Suppose upper lobe is collapsed, this lung instead of like this will become small. And that situation you can see a asymmetry. Suppose the child has got a big pleural effusion, the child has got an empyema, you can see fullness here compared to this chest. So the symmetry of the chest is also important. This symmetry, asymmetry will occur only when the pneumonia goes for complications. As long as it's going to be the simple pneumonia, you don't see the asymmetry. But pneumothorax, pleural effusion, empyema, pleurisy, you may get an asymmetry. These are all the complications. How to prevent pneumonia? Yes, prevention. I told you breastfeeding. Exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months will prevent pneumonia. Continuation of breastfeeding up to 2 years will prevent pneumonia. So breastfeeding, 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 breastfeeding. Next, avoid bad CRP. Don't give unnecessary in bath. Don't use egg. Don't use sambrani. Don't use nose blowing. Don't. அந்த காலத்துல நம்ம பெரியவங்க எல்லாம் சொல்லுவாங்க, குழந்தை பிறந்தா 1 வருஷத்துக்கு அந்த குழந்தைய வெளில அனுப்ப மாட்டாங்க. 14வது நாள் பேர் வைப்பாங்க. எல்லா ரிலேஷன்ஸும் கூப்பிடுவாங்க. ஏய் பாத்துக்கோ, இதோட 1 வயசுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் பாப்பா வெளியில வரும். They keep the baby so safe. ஏன்? அவங்க சொன்னது என்ன? திருஷ்டி பட்டுரும். பெரியவங்க சொன்னது என்ன? திருஷ்டி பட்டுரும். நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் ஆயிடும். So ரெண்டும் ஒண்ணுதான். நம்ம பாட்டியும் தாத்தாவும் பண்ணது கரெக்ட். Go and tell your parties and tatas today. Our sir is appreciating you people. How you people have prevented many disease by good culture. But இன்னைக்கு என்ன ஆகுது? பிவிஆர் தியேட்டர்ல 45 நாள் குழந்தைய வச்சுட்டு ஹஸ்பண்ட் ஒய்ஃப் படம் பார்க்குது. That is bad culture. ஆனாதான் அந்த காலத்துல சொன்னா 1 வயசு வரைக்கும் குழந்தைய வெளியில அனுப்ப மாட்டான். வியாதி வந்துடும். அவன் வியாதின்னு சொல்லல, திருஷ்டி பட்டுருமா, பொறாமப்படுவான். இந்த பாப்பா அழகா இருக்கு, பொறாமப்படுவான், வெளில அனுப்பாத. ஆனா நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்? வேண்டிப்பா குழந்தை பிறந்தோடனே 3 மாசத்துல திருத்தணி மொட்டை, 6 மாசத்துல சமயபுரம் மொட்டை, 9 மாசத்துல வேளாங்கண்ணி, 1 வயசுல நாகூர் தர்கா, 4 நிமோனியா. இது அந்த காலத்துல பண்ணது கரெக்ட். இல்லாட்டி ஒழுங்கா தடுப்பூசி போடு. என்ன பண்ணு? எக்ஸ்க்ளூசிவ் பிரெஸ்ட் ஃபீடிங் நல்லா கொடுத்துட்டு தடுப்பூசி போட்டு மவுண்ட் ரோட் நடுவில் போய் உட்காரு. நான் வேணான்னு சொல்ல. எக்ஸ்க்ளூசிவ் பிரெஸ்ட் ஃபீடிங், vaccination, good complementary feeding. How to improve the immune status of the baby? இது ஐசிஎம்ஆர் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கான் ஸ்ரீகாந்த் பார்கவா. எப்பா கோவிட் காலேஜ் தரப்பா, ஃபைனல் இயருக்கு திறக்காதப்பா, எல்கேஜி யூகேஜி தரன்றான். இன்டர்வியூ போய் பாருங்க. ஃபைனல் இயருக்கு காலேஜ் திறக்க சொல்லல. You can start opening the schools for primary education. ஏன்டா? ஏன் பிரைமரி எஜுகேஷன்? இந்த ஊஃபிங் காஃப் அந்த காலத்துல எப்படி வந்துச்சுன்னு தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு? இன்ஃபெக்ஷியஸ் மோனோநியூக்ளியோசிஸ் எப்படி வியாதி கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க தெரியுமா? ஃபாரின்ல எல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்ச உடனே நீங்க வாட்ஸ்அப்ல நிறைய பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, அந்த மிஸ் அந்த டீச்சர் கொஞ்சம் அழகாவே இருப்பா, அவ அப்படி வெளியில் நிப்பா, பசங்க எல்லாம் வந்து பாப்பா அப்படி ஒரு கிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு கிளாஸுக்கு வீட்டுக்கு போவாங்க. இது மாதிரி வெஸ்டர்ன்ல நிறைய நடந்துட்டு இருந்துச்சு. வெஸ்டர்ன் கல்ச்சர்ல குழந்தைங்க ஒண்ணுக்கு ஒண்ணு கிஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறது இதெல்லாம் சகஜமா நடக்கும். ஒரு வாட்டி ஸ்காட்லாண்ட்ல நிறைய குழந்தைங்களுக்கு பயங்கர ஃபீவர் வந்து பிளான்ஸ் எல்லாம் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகி ரொம்ப சிக் ஆயிடுச்சுங்க குழந்தை ஸ்கூல்ல. என்னடா அதுன்னு எடுத்து கல்ச்சர் பண்ணி பார்த்து கண்டுபிடிச்சான், திஸ் இஸ் டியூ டு இன்ஃபெக்ஷியஸ் மோனோநியூக். அதனால அது முதல் பேர் வந்து கிஸ்ஸிங்ஸ் டிசீஸ். அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் அது கிளாண்டுலர் ஃபீவர் ஆமாச்சு. அது இப்ப இன்ஃபெக்ஷியஸ் மோனோநியூக்ளியஸ் ஆமாச்சு. How these infections are spreading in the children. ஆனா நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம், இம்யூனைசேஷன் போறதுனால these children are safe. BCG, hepatitis B, பென்டாவேக், போலியோ, DPT, ஏதோ ஒரு வேக்சின், ஆல் திஸ் வேக்சின் என்ன பண்ணுது, உங்களோட இம்யூன் சிஸ்டத்தை போய் பிரைம் பண்ணுது. பிரைம் பண்ண உடனே என்ன ஆயிடுது, இம்யூன் சிஸ்டம் கொரோனாவே அது எதிர்க்குது. அதனால தான் children are not affected compared to the கிழவன், கிழவி, அம்மா, அப்பா. Children are enjoying. சொன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வேவ் வரும்போது ஒருத்தர் சொன்னா, ஒரு சயின்டிஸ்ட், எல்லாம் இந்த பிரியவர்தினி, இவ பிரியம்பதனா, ராகேஷ், இவங்க எல்லாரையும் ரோட்ல அலைய விடுங்க, இவங்க எல்லாம் இன்ஃபெக்ட் ஆகட்டும் கொரோனாக்கு, இவன் வந்து தாத்தா பாட்டியை காப்பாற்றுவான் பை ப்ரொடியூசிங் ஹர்ட் இம்யூனிட்டின்னா. மொத்தம் கேட்கல, ஒன்னதான் பிடிச்சி உள்ள பூட்டி வச்சுட்டான். யங்ஸ்டரை வெளியில விடு, கிழவங்களை உள்ள போடுன்னா தலைக்கீழே நடந்துச்சு. ஆல் கிழம்ஸ் கேம் அவுட், all youngsters were in. அவன் என்ன சொன்னா, இவனுக்கெல்லாம் ஒண்ணுமே ஆகாது, கொரோனா வந்து 2 நாள்ல போயிடும். இவன் என்ன பண்ணுவான், 10 பேரு இவன் வீட்டுல போய் குக்கூனிங் எஃபெக்ட். என்னது குக்கூன்? வாட் இஸ் குக்கூன்? 4 பேர் நாங்க வியாதி வந்துச்சோம், நடுவில் தாத்தா பாட்டி, யூ ஆர் ப்ரொடெக்டட். இதுக்கு பேர் தான் குக்கூன் எஃபெக்ட் பேரு. ஷார்ட் நோட்ஸ். வாட் இஸ் குக்கூன் எஃபெக்ட் இன் இம்யூனைசேஷன்? ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு தடுப்பூசி ஒண்ணு போட முடியாது. கொரோனா குழந்தைக்கு தடுப்பூசி போட முடியாது இல்லையா? போட முடியுமா? கொரோனா ஊசி குழந்தைக்கு போட முடியுமா, முடியாதா? யூ கேனாட். அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும், அப்பா அம்மா தாத்தா பாட்டிக்கு போடுன்றான். இந்த 4 பேர் அப்படி சுத்தி உட்காந்துப்பான், குழந்தை நடுவில் இருக்கும். they will protect. So அதனால vaccination is very important. Unnecessary travel should be avoided. Most important, நிறைய வில்லேஜ்ல, நம்மளோட வில்லேஜ் குழந்தைங்க எல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா வீட்டுல சமையல் விறகு அடுப்பு, they use firewood. விறகு அடுப்பு. இந்த விறகு அடுப்புனால நிறைய ஸ்டடி இருக்கு, நிமோனியா வந்திருக்கு அந்த புகையினால. அதனாலதான் இப்ப என்ன பண்றான், உஜாலா ஸ்கீம்னு கொண்டு வந்துட்டான். என்னது உஜாலா? ஒரு வீட்டுக்கும் ஒரு கேஸ் ஸ்டவ். ஆனா சொல்லி 1000 ரூபாய் விலையை ஏற்றிட்டான், அது வேற விஷயம். கேஸ் ஸ்டவ் கொடுத்துட்டு விலையை ஏற்றிட்டாங்க. That's a fact. So unnecessary travel, exclusive breastfeeding, prevention strategies, bad child rearing practices should be avoided. If you do all these things, the chance of getting pneumonia is less. Inniki below 1 year infant mortality, 27% of the children are dying due to pneumonia. 27%. 18% are dying due to diarrhea. 15% are due to sepsis. The மூணுமே பாருங்களேன், preventable. Pneumonia, preventable. Diarrhea, preventable. Sepsis, preventable. Then why a child should die? Unless and otherwise there is any congenital malformations, I think these children should not die. And of course, don't forget one more pneumonia, that is tuberculosis pneumonia. 2 வாரமா நீ மருந்து கொடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருப்ப, எக்ஸ்ரேல பேட்ச் மாறாது, அப்பப்போ ஃபீவர் வந்துட்டே இருக்கும், ஹிஸ்டரி ஆஃப் கான்டாக்ட் இருக்காது. அப்ப நீ என்ன பண்ணணும், எனி பர்சிஸ்டன்ட் நிமோனியா ஒரு எக்கோ கார்டியோகிராம் பண்ணி கார்டியாக் டிசீஸ் இருக்கான்னு பார்த்துக்கணும். ஏன்னா ஆல்ரெடி வி ஹவ் டிஸ்கஸ்ட் இல்லையா, டிஓஎஃப்லோ பிஹெச்டி என்ன சொல்லி கொடுத்தேன், more the blood circulate to the lung, more the pneumonias and recurrent respiratory tract infection. So whenever a child is having அடிக்கடி pneumonia, rule out cardiac disease. அடிக்கடி pneumonia, then you rule out any immunodeficiency in the child. Don't forget to rule out tuberculosis. Put a man to do one resting gastric juice for analysis. If the sputum is there, examine for the AFP and start diagnosing tuberculous pneumonia also. So bacterial pneumonia, tuberculous pneumonia, of course viral pneumonia, only supportive measures, no drugs are available. COVID சொல்றான் remdesivir பொய், lopinavir பொய், ritonavir பொய், ஒன்னும் வேலை செய்யல. ஹெல்த்தியா இருக்கவங்களுக்கு வரல, அன்ஹெல்த்திக்கு வந்து சாவடிச்சிருச்சு. இதான் கோவிட் நிமோனியா. So immune system should be strong. Okay, so this is about pneumonia. Bronchiolitis pneumonia மாதிரியே இருக்கும். ஆனா younger the baby, more bronchi, more distress, not much fever, X-ray chest is normal, give oxygen support therapy, the child will become all right. No need of any drug for bronchiolitis. Sometimes you can do nebulization, that's all, with normal saline. There is no need of any treatment. So this is about pneumonia and bronchiolitis. And tonight I will send you some of the beautiful X-rays highlighting what is staph pneumonia and strep pneumonia. Okay? Thank you. Uma, உனக்கு அனுப்பிச்சு பாரு, வாட்ஸ்அப்ல அனுப்பிச்சிட்டேன், அதையும் அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுரு.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
போட்டு இது மாதிரி எஸ்டர்டே இது வந்தது, இது அதுக்கப்புறம் இதையும் அட்டாச் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பண்ணுங்க.
Sure, sir. Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.